What's going on, dudes? Nick here, or RGA Gaming, and welcome back to another video. Guys, it has been a while since I've given you a server owner stories, and today, guys, I've got the trifecta of amazing stories, so you're not going to want to miss this, guys. That's right, it's not just a single server owner stories. It's not even a double server owner stories, but it's 3 stories put into one. So it's going to be a lot of detail, so see if you guys can keep up. I should actually just do something where whoever leaves the first comment with the story correctly done is the winner. And I know some of you guys are tricky. I know a lot of you guys will be like, oh, I said it first, RJ, but then I look back and it's got edited next to it. Guess what? Edited means you cheated. So you get a perm ban. Oh, and speaking of perm bans, let's get started on the first perm ban that we're going to be talking about today. So the first person we're going to talk about is actually an ex-staff member, and it's because of them that we had to make a new rule for all of Performium's staff. And it's a rule that a lot of people don't really understand, so I guess it's kind of something that I should probably talk about here, which is kind of why I started making this story in the first place. But then it kind of related to another story, which then relates to an even bigger story. So I was like, you know what? Rather than just give one story, let me just explain the whole thing. So I was going to split it into parts, but nah, nobody's got time for that. But the rule that I'm going to be talking about is the rule that staff members are not allowed to have their own Minecraft networks. Now, that doesn't mean that a server member cannot have a server. I mean, there's a big difference between server that you're just going to play on with your friends. Maybe it's just like, I don't know, a modded server or just a regular SMP server or something like that. But it actually pertains to having an entire network. So like a front end that distributes between multiple back end servers. And that's kind of what we don't allow. I mean, it's not that we don't want people to play on servers, but here's the reasoning behind it. So a little while ago, we had a staff member come through, and we ended up getting contacted by a developer from a Minecraft site that basically it's a site where people could go out there and post stuff that they're looking for. They could find developers, animators, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. And we got a few messages from a developer saying, hey, someone on your staff team said that they needed this plugin, that they worked for Performium, and they never ended up paying us for it. So it was interesting because I had no idea. I was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? I thought maybe someone went out and was like, hey, you know, it'd be a cool plugin. This would be a cool plugin. Let's have someone make it and then see if RG likes it. Like, that was kind of my first impression, but then I actually started looking at what they were doing. And apparently they were paying somebody to try to recreate the plugins that I developed for Performium, which, I mean, whatever. If people want to recreate that stuff, you know, go do your own thing. I mean, it's the world. I mean, people can copy whatever they want. It doesn't mean you should do it, but, you know, what are you going to do? Anyways, that's not what we're here about. So basically, they came to us and started saying this stuff, and it made us look bad because, you know, the person was saying, you know, hey, I'm staff over here. We need this plugin. And then, obviously, they wanted to use it on their own server, and apparently they went as far as they got the plugin, loaded it on their server, and then decided to block the person that they said they were going to buy it from. They did not pay for it. They banned them from the server. They banned their IP and tried to block entire communication with them. So very, very shady. I don't know why they did that. I mean, it wasn't an expensive plugin. I think, I mean, as far as like Spigot plugins go, I think it was like $80 or something like that. So it wasn't even that much money. But for whatever reason, they decided instead of paying it, they're going to take the plugin, use it, and then just ban this person and pretend like they're going to go away. Well, like I said, then they came to us saying like, hey, so I never got paid for that plugin. You know, your staff member just is blocking us and all that stuff. And we're like, well, first of all, I don't know who the heck you are. I don't know what agreement you had, but that is not something that we were looking for. That has nothing to do with us. But thank you for the report. And basically went to the staff member and confirmed with them what had happened. I mean, they tried to deny it at first, and, you know, then we had screenshots of that stuff. So we were just like, listen, you know, here's screenshots of you agreeing with this person that you're going to buy this from them, and you never did, and you blocked them. And we're like, that was for us. We're like, that's a big deal. If you're going to do that, that's already a horrible thing to do. But then if you're going to sit there and then try to lie to us about it, where it's like, just tell the truth. You're caught. So what? You didn't pay for a plugin. Big deal. Not the end of the world. But then the fact that they lied to us about it, we're like, all right, this is too far. Not only did you bring our name into this, you decided that you were going to lie to us about it too. And, if all we have is trust. And if we can't trust you, you're not going to be able to stay on the staff team. So we were like, fine, you know what? If this is a true kind of person you are, that you're going to try to scam people out of money, then we cannot have you representing our community. So we removed them, and you would have thought that would have been the end of it. But no, unfortunately, they decided to then go up and start making up all these crazy rumors. They said that that Mac had destroyed their server and just messed it up, and started creating all these rumors saying Mac destroyed their stuff, when in fact what had happened was they freaked out and started deleting all the user accounts on their servers and accidentally locked themselves out of their box. But, rather than just admitting like, oh, hey, yeah, I kind of locked myself out of my own server, they said that it was us, that we were trying to take down their server. And it's like, are you kidding me? Where do you come up with this stuff from? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's a noob mistake. Fine, you deleted your user account, but don't go out and blame it on someone else. So they started causing all this drama, and we're like, listen, this is just so stupid. I think I even have a screenshot around here somewhere of the person, not them, but the person that they ran the server with, saying, yeah, sorry, that was my bad. We messed it up. I don't know why they were saying that. So, I mean, whatever. We're just like, we don't need this stuff. We're just over this whole thing. And so we just ended up perm-banning them, because we're like, if this is the kind of person you are, not only are you scamming, not only are you lying, you're also going around and spreading rumors about stuff. So I'm like, screw this, we're just done. So we banned them. And now we're going to get on to story number 2. So story number 1, that's done with. And story number 2, we're going to kind of get into this person. So this person is the kind of person that, for whatever reason, thought that they were going to be this crazy detective, I don't even know what was going on in their mind kind of person. And long story short, they got perm-banned for racism. And I'm talking like extreme racism. It's not just like, something, about, I'm not even going to say it because this is YouTube. But basically, they said some stuff that was extremely racist, and they got perm-banned. So we were like, what the heck is going on here? They were a long-term player. So we were like, what the heck's going on here? So they submitted a ban appeal, and they were trying to justify using those words. And I'm like, what? How can you justify that stuff? And it's just like, it was stupid. So, I mean, the guy ended up getting banned for racism. So then we start looking back at some of his conversations before that to see, like, okay, well, what kind of led up to this? Was it like a heat of the moment thing? I mean, not that that's ever going to justify what they said, but just for out of curiosity's sake, I was like, okay, what the heck is this person's problem? So what had happened was, like, we're checking the logs and stuff, and apparently they were going around trying to bully a player. So what they did was they found a player, and I think it was one of their friends had reported this person to us prior. Basically, they were getting harassed by somebody on our network. And that somebody was something that we were looking into. And basically, I mean, anytime we get reports of harassment or things like that, it's definitely stuff that we take seriously, because there are a lot of young kids that play on the server. We don't want anyone to feel unsecure, unsafe, or anything like that. So, we had this issue reported to us, and we were looking into it. Now, guys, there's some stuff I can say and some stuff I cannot say. But for certain matters that happen, we will work with the proper authorities to get them taken care of. Now, let's say we were working with the authorities on something. We legally would not be able to talk about it. I'm not saying that we have done that in the past. I'm not saying we haven't done that. I'm just saying that if we were, we could not say a single word about it, because it would risk the entire investigation. Again, I'm not saying that we were doing this, but if anyone else were to also try to say something about that same topic that we wouldn't be allowed to talk about, we would have to take the appropriate action. So, like I said, guys, this isn't something, I'm not confirming nor denying anything like that, but I'm just saying sometimes things get reported Anyways, so we were looking into this issue, and this person decided, hey, well, my friend reported this issue to you guys, so you're taking too long. So I'm just going to go around and start harassing this person. I'm going to spam tag them everywhere. I'm going to spread all these crazy things about them, try to get as many of my friends involved with this as we can. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to tell everyone that you're a horrible person because you didn't do anything about this. And next thing we know, we were checking his logs and we see all these messages going to all these people saying all this stuff like, you know, Donnie and RGA are horrible people and just all kinds of crazy stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what, dude? This is not acceptable behavior. On top of that, you were banned for being a racist. So now you're just done. I'm denying your appeal. I'm banning you from everything. So you'd think that was the end, but no. Then he starts going onto the website and starts spamming tons of stuff there. He starts telling all his friends, like, guys, oh my God, this is horrible. You need to help spreading the word on this. You need to go to these websites. You need to go to Performium. You need to go into their Discord. We got to spam their Discord. We got to spam their site. We got to spam the server. And it's like, all for what? Because you think you're on some crazy mission to save the world from something you know nothing about. So, end of the day, after a while of just banning all of this person's alts and all their friends and all that stuff, and it's just sad because, you know, so many people were banned all because of one person, and that's kind of what kills me. So anyways, so you'd think we're at the point of the story now where we're done, right? You know, we talked about first person, this first story, now we're talking about the second person. They both ended by causing drama, so you'd think we're done, right? These two people have nothing to do with each other. They never did anything together before. They're two separate stories, right? Wrong. Apparently, these two people, along with some other people that they've gotten involved, have created groups that go around and start spreading even worse rumors. And it's just, I'm not one for drama, guys. I swear, if you try to create drama around us, you know what's going to happen. We're just going to perm ban you. That's it. We don't play games. We're here to have fun. We are here to interact with our community, to grow, and to have fun. Okay, that's what we're here to do. We're a Minecraft server community. We have a giant, amazing community, but occasionally you get a couple of these people to come through that try to ruin it for everybody. And unfortunately, like I said, sometimes these bad apples get introduced to one another. So now these two people are going around and they've got like an entire Discord dedicated to doing all kinds of stuff. They've actually gotten as far as like contacting every single old staff member from Performium, whether they left on their own or whether they were let go. And they're like, hey, you know, we want to get all these documents from Performium. We want to find out everything we can about them because I think they're hiding stuff. And they're basically trying to, like, twist every single word and screenshot into some giant conspiracy theory. And it's like, guys, seriously, this is ridiculous. Like, you know, if you want to believe these crazy stories, then, I mean, by all means, guys, you're your own people. I really would like to hope that when it comes to things like this, there's always two sides to the story. And it's kind of like, who are you going to believe? Are you going to believe the person who's angry and upset because they got perm banned from the network and now they want to prove themselves to the world? Or are you gonna believe the side of the person who's just saying, listen, I run a Minecraft server. If you want to be an idiot, you're going to get banned, okay? I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying anyone in the world is perfect. But, guys, use some common sense. Don't get yourself banned because someone else tells you something. You know, it's the internet, okay? There are a ton of things that happen, and they can be easily twisted and easily manipulated. And honestly, like, let's say you have a bad day and someone comes up to you and says something. You're going to automatically be in an even worse mood, you know? It's just, you're more susceptible to that. So if you hang around with these people that are constantly negative, constantly doing this stuff, you as a person will kind of buy into that same sort of stuff. And it's just interesting because I've even had friends and people that have known me for years who have DM'd me and like, hey man, so I heard from somebody that this and this was going on. And I'm like, well, first of all, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. And here's proof that none of that stuff's true. And they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, did you seriously think that stuff? They're like, no, but I mean, it was kind of weird. And I'm like, oh my God. But that's the thing about drama and rumors. So this is probably my first and my last video on drama. I mean, it's just one of those things that's just so stupid. I hate this stuff. I really do. Like I said, it's so much easier just to ban them. And, you know, if they want to badmouth us, fine, just go ahead, do it. Go play with your friends, go make your own servers and do stuff like that. But when you're listening to somebody who has been banned for racism, or you're listening to somebody who was let go because they were scamming people, you know, there's more to these stories. It's not just that we're bad people here. We're trying to protect the community, and honestly, that's all we can really do is try our best. So I know this is kind of a different video. I haven't done one of these in a while, and this is something that's been bugging me for a while. Like I said, guys, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and honestly, if you have questions, we're here for you. It's just, you know, don't be an idiot about it. Don't come on and start spamming something that your friend told you to say just because your friend told you to say it, because obviously you're probably just going to end up getting banned, and you probably have no idea what's even really going on. So sorry, this is kind of more of like a real video, but it's something that I kind of want to get out there, and hopefully this clears up a few things, and you know, hopefully it's one of those things that if next time you hear stupid things like that, just freaking ignore them. You know, if your friend's like, "Oh my God, I heard this," just be like, "Dude, that's cool. I'm digging my hole over in this corner. Bye." I don't know. Anyways, guys, hopefully you still like these videos. If you do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stuff like this, or more trolling, or more, you know, whatever the heck else shows up on this channel. And I will see you guys again next time. Thank you so much for watching. And, yeah, have a great day, everybody. Goodbye. As always, dudes, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and possibly check out one of these other videos here. I think you really might like them. But I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody.